searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Birds jumping and I hear my name, grasping into a life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah. Lion's gonna come. The birds have just begun. We will always take a stand for the people, for the land. Let's go back to when we were young. For the animals we stand. Let's go back to when trees were swung. Kids across the land. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah.
It is Thursday evening and winger time. Woo! Hoe sit my broodjies? Did you see that animation? Did you see it? Julle hoenderholle. Wat gaan aan? Wat gaan aan? I'm starting to think that you guys are actually using my winger sessions as a, can I say, almost like a beacon of hope, a beacon for the weekend, because it's almost like break when you actually hear at school that teacher announce. So the announcements come up, then you know it's going to be first break, and then you eat all your nannies, and later on you know it's going to be second break, then it's almost time for home. And this is like, if you see the winged session, you know it's almost time for weekend. That's right, that's right. So any case, ek hoop het gaan goed met julle klomp piesangs. Morning fillies, good evening people. You can't speak English, so you kaps op Naanse mense. Lekker ou groettaal, Naanse mense. Arianto's in the house. Arianto, steam crave, nee, steam crave, not too bad, eh? It is lekker once you get to actually know that device, especially the capacity of that tank. Holy crap, I think, gee whiz, how much can it take? 28 milliliters can that tank actually take. That's a mooser lot, it's a half of a 60 mil almost. But yeah, so Warren Dean's in the house. Hi all, Warren Dean. Jurgens, member for 11 months. That summer pops up though. It's almost 12. Oh my word, we're so close to that little Kaiser, the blue Kaiser Manichi. Morning fillies. Hey Warren's Arianto kicks it somewhere off with a super chat of 14 kissers. 14 kissers. That is lekker man. Jurgens Strydom, what's op die auction vanaand? Okay, on the auction tonight we've got a couple of things though, because I mean it's Christmas man, it's Christmas. So we got this Blotto RTA Mini, gunmetal, we have got the Pyro. There you go, the Pyro's up. The V2 Pyro, bottom feeding or DTA, I will tell you. That's part of the auction. What's also part of the auction is this monkey nut. This is the Dead Rabbit V2 Rta stainless steel edition. That's up there for grabs. There you go. All the accessories, everything, man. Nice and neat. There you go. And then we've got the Troll X with the intact diaphragm. There you go. That guy's up there. And this is a black edition. Hy's daar so. And then we also have got the Drag X, this master of disaster. So yeah, so you've quite got a little ensemble of goodies which you can play around with, which you can give to your chummies or your wife, to get your wife into vaping so that she can stop smoking that heavy cigars and stuff like that though. So yeah, that's all the goodies, and there are 3 brand new coils inside this guy as well, if you don't want to believe it. And we've got the 510 adapters also inside this little Vupu monkey nut, so you can actually use it for to get to your normal atomizers. But there you go, 3 lekker coiltjies op die huis man, alles lekker. So yeah, no reserve, South African members only, and you can get that. Next week and Thursday, I'm going to put up for auction the following. You're going to get this. Check out there. Ooh, ooh. And if you're wondering what this is, these are baby aliens, Nichrome 80, baby aliens from Thunderhead Creations. But look at the packaging. Ain't that packaging just sweet? So that's going to be up for auction. Then you're going to get this number, and you're going to get this number. All right. And what I'll also throw in, because you have someone got everything in there, I will additionally throw in one of these monkeys, one of these guys who's got 2 little MTL coils on the inside. That I will also throw in. But the one which is going to be inside here is this guy, which I'm currently running, and this is the Gunmetal Torin Elite MTL. There you go. There's home. So that's going to be up for next week and Thursday. Anywho, and then what's other thing which is interesting, which a company actually, and it's crazy, I'm going to show you the documentation for this. The company contacted me. The company is called Zovu, Z-O-V-O-O, Zovu. And they asked me if I want to test disposables, and that was a while ago. Well, not that long ago, about 3 weeks ago. And I said, but they've got nice flavors, man. And everyone that tests these disposables, which I see, they say the flavor is very good. So I said, okay. They've got 3 different sizes. So I asked him, give me 6 of the middle size of those flavors and 6 of the large one, those flavors. If you can do that, then I will review it. Because then I cover all the flavors which you have, and I'm testing the largest one which you have, and I'm testing the middle one which you have. I'm not too keen on the small one though. Any case, so I get a message from the post office, not from the post office, from UPS, USP, UPS, that I must pay a certain amount. I must pay 380 smackers for a package. Ask him, lekker man, lekker. It is the Zovu, which is here. And so I pay the 380, get the package, I open the package, and what do I get? I get this. I get 2 cattle prods. That's what I get. 2! So I sent them the message. I said, listen, you responded and said it's fine, you'll send me what I need, and you're going to send extras which I can use as a giveaway on my channel. And what do I receive for 380 Rand? This. So thank you very much, Arianto, for your 14 Rand chat. Now this only cost me 366 instead of 380. Oh my year, it was quite. First of all, I don't like reviewing disposables because I'm not for disposables. But alright, if you decide to send a lot, I'll do it. Any case. So I checked up on this. Okay, so what you basically do is you've got this little cylinder, and then you just pop off one of the rubber sides. You can either pop at the top or at the bottom, and then you glide out this humongous monkey nut. And then you've got this little silicone section at the bottom which you remove, And this is a banana ice. Now obviously when I got it, I tasted it. But I took a huge drag. Here mens, hy het my geskop. What I didn't know is that when they say it's got 5% nic in it, it actually equates, it's equal to 50 milligram nic salts. Wat hierdie bliksemse dingetjie nou met 50 milligram. Now this is the largest one of the lot. It's 2,200 puffs. And then you gooi die bliksemse ding weg. And it's weird, 2,200 puffs and it's only got 6.5 milliliters inside of it. And I think 1,000 milliamp battery. But this is the larger one. The one slightly smaller than that, obviously less. And then you get the smallest one. But I gotta say, the flavor is, it's flippin' lekker. Yeah, you gotta give it for these things. Heaven knows how they do it though. But the flavor is awesome on these things. But this is a banana ice hierdie. Kom ons kyk gou as dit klaar nou. Oh, okay. I almost thought somebody's going to complain about the volume again. But this one's the banana ice and it's flippin' nice, man. It's not that typical candy banana which you get. Yo, my skop gat hoor. Make no mistake, so I sit die kan ding op. Another one was a grape ice, which is actually also flippin' nice. If you enjoy grape, you're going to love that thing. But in any case, so I'm not going to do an official review on this. I'm just going to show this to you. And apparently this Zovu is a sister company of Vupu. But yeah, but they don't state it anyway. So, and those oaks are owned by a collective company called Woody Vapes or something like that. Woody Vapes Technology. I don't know what the hell's going on in Shenzhen. We don't know anymore. For all we know, someone owns all of them, including Lost Vape. I've got no idea, but in any case. So kom ons check gou hierso. So thank you very much, Jurgens, for that super chat. That's what's on the auction. I'll kick off 200 rand. Warren Dean says, skop sommer 200 rand af. Yeah, it's 5 items, man. It's 5 items. If you haven't played around with them, test them. It's definitely worth your while, even if you get it for 500 rand. Doesn't matter. Then at least you've got some toys to play around with. Worst case scenario, you've got a lot of spares. There's O-rings, there's drip tips, there's screwdrivers, and all kind of numbers in these things. Glasses, you don't know. You might have a tank, which one of these glasses, these things fit on. And yeah, because fortunately they all, except the RDTA, they're all RTAs. So hy gaan nogal werk, hy gaan lekker werk. Paul Beetkus in the house, he says it's almost payday. Jaco Veldhuis is hier so in die huis. Jaco, ek het nie vergeet van jou juice nie hoor. Ek het nie vergeet nie, want ek het klaar hierdie perd gemaak en ek het klaar blaai mee gemaak. So yes, as jy net kan organise vir 'n koerier om te kom en te kom optel, dust is good, maar ek het klaar jou 2 sousies het ek gemaak, so dis reg. Timothy Victor, is Timmy in the house? And why, if you guys were wondering, Guy W, he hasn't been in the chat for quite a while though. He's actually been in the hospital though. He had surgery to the head, so yeah, he spoke to me a bit earlier though. About a bit of tobaccos, and but I might as well just ask you the question now. He was wondering if any of you guys have tested Jungle Flavors, the RY4 from Jungle Flavors, because remember he gave us a recipe, but unfortunately one of that RY4 flavors is was discontinued. So die gerugte is, the rumors are that Jungle Flavors RY4 is a very good substitute for that one which has been discontinued in the recipe which he has given us, and I posted it for the members in the community. So if you're into tobaccos and you know the Jungle Flavors is good, there you go. Make us the recipe and let us know what you think of that. But yeah, and apparently he says that it seems like Mr. Hardwick's. But I've seen Jungle Flavors, in any case, I've seen Jungle Flavors at Black Vapor, I've seen it at Flavor World, I've seen it at Flavor Mill, although Flavor World has got by far the greatest diversity of Jungle Flavors, by the way. But yeah, but I don't know what he means by this. He says, just wanted to check with you if you are making a request for Holy RY4 by Flavor Jungle Flavors. I think Mr. Hardwick's are agents for Jungle Flavors, wondering if you perhaps made an inquiry. It's supposed to be an equivalent to Holy Holy Grail RY4 by DIYFS, the company which once discontinued. So yeah, maybe some of you guys have tested it, and then you just respond in the chat. Praat 'n stukkie in die chat, damn it. Anywho, let's quickly go over to the timer. Ek kon vergeet van die timer. Waar is die timer now? There you go, there's the timer. So yeah, let's put that on there. Now you can see the new format though, the format with a bigger screen. You've got the oaks on that, the oaks on that side, all the sponsors and their names at the bottom. And then at the end we will have a special extra video so that you guys can see all the members of the channel. And I must say, if you do it that specific way, daar lyk die members nogal moose baie. I mean, it's 46 members. It's super for a South African channel. Absolutely. So yeah, but I think this is a nice format. So thank you very much, Calvin. Don't know whether you are in the chat. Force, what are you doing in chat? You're supposed to finish Lekker op 5 plekke. How far is that song? Just give us a percentage over there. 50%, 60%? Because I honestly want to make that song available with your permission to the community, to the members, so that those oaks have actually got a unique South African tune specially composed for this channel. So that would have been moose lekker. Any case, so hello Force, nice of you here. Paul Beetke, hello. Dion, good evening everybody. Dion says we are definitely going into another restricted COVID session. He has got inside information that soon the liquor stores will be closing again. So you guys better start stocking up, and it's actually true. I listened on the radio this afternoon when I came back from school. The new variant, which is actually in South Africa, has got the highest number of mutations from any of the COVID viruses, which has actually been infecting in countries. So yeah, I think it's not a joke. And all of a sudden you can hear that the infected rate is all of a sudden climbing up again. So yeah, it's sad. Today was more than 1,000. So yeah, now, hey. So julle ouens bietjie versigtig wees. There's a Blotto Mini RTA Pyro. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. Hello Bierman, sit jy lekker in die bed? Hoe Mona is alweer in die bed. Dewet Gates is alweer. Hi evening Dewet. AKS, good evening AKS. I don't want to miss anybody vanaand. There's it. Paul Beetke says goat. It's somewhat goat. Jurgens, me and Jurgens tested the thing. Heaven knows we will see if that Zoom works, but I mean it worked earlier though, so it's not a problem. Hey, Lord Hawkie, 10 pounds. That is a massive amount. Hier kyk hoe vlieg hy Superman. That is morsig. Nou, I like this super chat thing. That's nogal cool beans. That I dig. But now I must go all the way to the top again to see it. Paul Beetke also skopping there with the 14 kiesers. Here julle ouens is los tros. The good news is, our fridge, there is a Samsung fridge, and that fridge has got a built-in protection that it actually, I never knew it, but yet I have got to take a hat off to Samsung. I'm going to tell you now. Remember I told you when the power came back on again, the fridge was not lekker, the fridge was off. Apparently this thing has got the built-in thing which discharges additional current, and then it kicks on so that there is no fluctuations in current use. Electricians know what I'm talking about. And the fridge was back on again. I got the world's respect for that fridge. I'm already a huge Samsung fan. I think Samsung microwaves, they're not sponsoring me by the way. Samsung monitors, Samsung TVs, flat screens, and now Samsung fridges. Here ook, nee, hy is lostros, sê ek vir jou. Vos in die bos, Vos in die bos, Paul Beetke, the OG goat, hey Sheldon, tip vir geen ads, ek weet nie, I don't know what you're talking about. Cap and Spicy, that's a new one which I haven't seen there. You guys, while you're in the chat, just tell us basically where you guys are coming from. The bad news is, my son called us, his Bucky went to go and stand. So the fridge is cool beans, and I was saving up for one of these power stations, and the one I decided on, after I have done 2-3 weeks of research and YouTube videos and chatting to the agents, is the EcoFlow River Pro. I think it's almost a 700 watt little power station like this. It's mobile, you can put it down, it's going to power the TV for between 4 to 5 hours because the TV is only 115 watts. And this thing is absolutely amazing, man. And you can take it camping and all kind of stuff, but it costs 11,000 Rand. But it's because it's got a pure sine wave. Here, hoor klink ek nou nie. Klink dis is 'n man wat weet. And it's also got a pure lithium battery on the inside. And that's very important to me though. I don't want these deep cycle batteries because you have to replace them more often, so I'd rather pay a bit more than. This thing has got 800 cycles in it, so this thing's going to last you a very, very long time. But then the bloody bakkie. So now all of a sudden, the oaks trying to figure out what's wrong with the bakkie. First of all, there's a unit underneath. We've got the diesel TDI, which I gave my son. And there was nothing wrong with the bakkie when I gave it to him. But then we took it to mechanics. They replaced the engine mountings, had a Musa vibration on it. And since then, we started having issues with that bakkie. So the oak stack goes and stands on the highway. The bakkie just dies in the right-hand lane of the highway. So you can't pull off to the left, the bakkie just dies. So luckily there's a passerby that pushes the bakkie to the right hand side. Me and my wife have to go through to get the oak. He was on the way to his girlfriend, and there we sit and wait next to him. And luckily, because we had APSA, you've got that AA situation where you can actually get these guys to come out to tow you for free a certain amount of times. So yeah, those oaks were organized, but now we're sitting there and waiting for this bloke to come. And remember, it's the right-hand side of the highway. It's not the safest place to actually be. Long story short, the oak comes along, pulls the bakkie up. We take the bakkie to a old bully at the bottom of here, which is a super mechanic, but not a diesel specialist. And then, first of all, they thought it was the unit at the bottom. Now, Niku, if you're in the chat, that oak says you did a great job on that unit, because the previous one, we actually removed because the soldering started coming loose because of the shaking of the engine, and that controls the electronics of the engine. But anywho, so I asked the guy, listen, I'll buy another one from you though, because those things are expensive, but we got it second hand for about 8,000, whatever. But I said I want the original one, and then I told Niku he must go check out for weak soldering points, and actually did that. And now we actually had the opportunity to put that in. So, in any case, long story short, that was not the problem. And then they tested it. Apparently, there's a compression problem on 2 of the valves because of cylinders, because it's a 4-cylinder, and the diesel pump. So it's probably going to cost around, I think, 30,000. Lekker. Thank God my wife is a physiotherapist, and thank goodness I saved up for that little power station. So long story short, there goes my power station. Just to keep Boetie happy on the road, so he can go and see his girlfriend. Oei, here, dit is 'n lang storie gewees daai. Wag, ek kan skip YouTube Premium Pep. Tip vir geen ads. Alright, there you go. That I've done there. Paul Beerker, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Sheldon's in the house. And what I wanted to say, if you guys are new to this chat, please let us know where you guys come from. The wet says, hoop dit gaan goed. Ons speel weg hier in Gangsters Paradise, GP. Koop Premium, wag tot hy amper die... Yeah, my son got premium at YouTube. He hates those ads, so it's not that expensive though to actually get rid of ads. So you don't have that. So Paul Beetke, super cool, 14 kiesers. Ek's broke, kan nie daai goed bekostig nie. Tennis Mulder, naand almal. Good evening, Tennis. Nice to see you in the chat as well. Hit daai like knoppies, boys. Do it. We've got 1 minute and 33 left. You've got that. Jaco Veldhuis, wie gaan die auction wen vanaand? I think Arianto's got enough stuff. I know Zach Damon is starting to collect stuff for his 2 displays cases which he actually bought, so he might be a contender tonight, Lord alone knows. But yes, it's, as I said, it's lekker, you can go lekker cheap, no problem. Lord Hawkey says good evening. Hope everyone is well. Is Nicolibba in the house? Okay, let's just quickly go. Aegis Legend V2 is a monster. Nothing wrong with the Aegis V2. This is a very, very nice mod, especially the Aegis 1 I think is even better though. They should have rubberized the Aegis Legend V2 to give it better though. Jurgens is my hero for die groot bou. There's by the way, while I see Timothy Victor inside the house, there is yet another vape meet. So go and check out eSig SA. I think I can't remember, 18 December, I'm not sure, but when check out eSig SA, you'll immediately see Johannesburg Vape meet under the normal main forum, and can check that out. But yeah, it's growing, it's becoming bigger and bigger. I'm getting a bit worried because our oaks here in Cape Town, I haven't had one for quite a while. Die ouens wil niks, hulle wil nie reël nie, hulle wil nie ek moet dit doen. But I thought maybe a braai, because we had a nice braai here the other night, and I thought that's going to be lekker, man, to have 16 oaks here, and then I was gooi bietjie. Keizer, Jurgens is my hero, okay, daai het ek gesien, daar is Tinus Otto, baie welkom, Winged Version, I think it's all Jurgens' group oaks, which now he's going to be on tonight, and I think they're going to try and give him some flack. It's lekker, jou oaks must drill that Jurgens, ne? Moenie skaam wees, vra my moeilike vrae. Let's put him on the spot. But welcome Tinus Otto, it's nice to have you guys over here. Dion says, okay, hello Tinus, the vet. Henry says, how's it Keizer in chat? Sorry I'm late, no problem Henry. Always better late than never. Lekker op baie plekke. Timothy, Cree, dit. Jurgens says, my donor. is jy my pa, Jurgens Strydom? You're going to see Jurgens and you can decide, equates. There you go, Paul Beetke, look at that beautiful word, equates, ne? Equates. On fire, yes, by die next Vape meet. Thanks Lord Hawk, yeah, I do appreciate it, that's awesome stuff. Hier is die meeste wat julle nog ooit gedonate het via super chat, on my word. Delaray, there's Delaray Stein also, yeah. Yes, het voel vir my julle ouens was so skaars. JP Maton, goeie naand oom. JP het al lang al sy Dead Rabbit R, hy ander spesiale ding, Dead Rabbit Z, wat is dat ding? What's a sub-ohm Dead Rabbit which you actually got? By the way, what I'm using tonight is still on my Danny 21700 with the X Pro 1.4. You cannot go wrong. If you see this edition available anywhere in South Africa, get it. Get this thing. Super quiet, great flavor, nice to build. Ach man, it's just lovely stuff. I even tried putting a thinner drip tip on this thing because this thing looks a bit weird, but it doesn't vape the same. This thing vapes with this drip tip, vapes the best. And then the Torrent Beast, not the Torrent Beast, the Torrent Elite Mtl Rta 22 Mtl on the Chroma R and the Inican. And my problem always with this Chroma R, it's a beautiful mod. Nice, sleek, classic look, everything, but the fact that it's 18650, I got a surprise for you tonight, and you obviously can guess what it is. We'll get to that a bit later. Okay, so the auction is closed. There you go. So I'm just quickly going to go over to the slideshow, and before we go over to the Zoom with Mr. Jurgens Strydom. So yeah, there's Arianto's picture which he posted on ESEC SA. He probably didn't even know I went to go and steal his snappy. Lord knows why I put the steam crave setup so close to the chick's left tit. He probably has got, there's some symbolism over there, but I can't figure it out there. Maybe the button represents the look of a nipple. I've got no idea. But Arianto, I'm glad you're enjoying it for sure. Timothy Victor says, you guys have to try Herman Bester's Warzone juices, very lekker. Yeah, I don't know where there's Herman Bester. Herman Bester, he's the bastard that said he's going to give some juices so I can give it away. Now I see his juices everywhere except where? Here. Nee, Herman, jy moet lekker wees hoor. Jy moet lekker wees. Ons Kaapenaars is veronderstel om saam te staan. Now you keep those bastards at the top happy, while my members, dis ook so running dry. Yes, Warzone Vape, I need to make a trip to Keizer. There you go. Absolutely. I just want to see there. Moet jy nie toetsen merk? Nee. Kom ons. Nee, wat. Right, so you can hide that little guy. Christian Bainkies became a member. Thank you very much, Christian. Yeah, Bainkies, you'll enjoy it here, man. It's lekker. It's lekker op 5 plekke. For sure. Herman Bester's juice is good. But Herman's juice has always been good. I mean, that oak, every Vape meet, he always brings a juice and we share around there. Nothing wrong with that. Four says the song is 29.3% done, but he'll finish it the holiday. Awesome stuff. He says being a deputy head is very, very hard work. Gaan ons auction of nie? Ja, nee, auction is daar so. Here, ek is so ver agter. Henry Landsberg, Hier, kyk waar so trek ek in, hè. Kyk waar trek ek in met hierdie blerrie goeders. Kevin Long, oh my lordy lord, Kevin Long, Anton Visser, kyk hoe mis ek al die groot geld. Jeez, like it. Wait for idiots running the country to post details. Jaco skop af met die 51 kiesers. Nou terug, moet gaan melk gaan koop. Anton Visser, thank you very much met die komplimente van Absa Bank. Kyk hoe kyk hy vir my. Kyk hoe kyk hy vir my. Hoeveel knoppies wil jy hê? Hoeveel note wil jy hê? We played, you know, when the power was off one evening, we played 30 seconds. That is lovely. 30 seconds is such an enjoyable game. Absolutely. What are we bidding for? Oh, there's a lot of stuff which you're bidding on. Anthony Bass, yeah, giving money for love. Ja, mens. Ja, ek is bly. Ek sal miskien volgende keer hier sit met 'n nee, ek gaan nou nie soos maak raak nie. Maar ja, ek kan vir julle 'n bietjie vel gewys het. Kevin Long, 350, awesome stuff. I just got, see what this next is. Yeah, I'm just gonna hide this guy from the channel. It's the second time he puts this irritating chat on there. Here ja, Kevin, daai is moerse cool hoor. Ons vader. Daai's twee pizzas man, twee groot pizzas, large pizzas from not Domino's. Who's the guy which we use? Butlers. Oh my lord, guys. If you have not tasted Butlers, Panarottis and Butlers, they got super brilliant stuff. Now there's the Centaurus. Now I know you know about the Centaurus, but I thought I'd just show you the inside of the atomizer in case you have not seen it. And I also decided to put that picture of the Centaurus on there because that to me is, I'm talking about the squonking Centaurus, the one with the 9.5 to 10 milliliters of bottled goodness and a 21700 battery. Now I must say I haven't heard anything from Lost Vape, so I'm not sure whether they're sending me that though. It would be nice, but I mean, I'm not one to ask companies for stuff, so hopefully they do send it on their own. But yeah, that's what it actually looks like. The inside, single coil, and there's just more photos of what the. So I don't see anything special about that thing. I spoke to somebody who's actually got one of these in South Africa already. He was sent it. I think he's a distributor. And they sent one to him, and he says, no, the AT is not something special. But the mod, he's really enjoying the mod. So I think it's great for squonking. There you go. And that is what you have over there. It's got a funny name, 1FC. It's a 1FC pod from Geek Vape. And it's basically based on the design of the Aegis. So if you actually look closely, the thing doesn't look too bad though. It does have the little Aegis little section on the side squeezed in over there, but yeah, so that's a new one which is being released by Geek Vape. And then we have got this is the new gas, the Cree version 2 from Gas Mods. Single coil, obviously, nice huge airflow at the bottom over there. I don't know anything about inserts, so I think that's the airflow which you actually have. It's not supposed to be an MTL. This is supposed to be a solid direct lung RTA. So yeah, I think it might be something worth playing around with, definitely. And then when I saw that little logo, it's just interest me that it's so similar, that the Gas Mods logo is so similar to the Armageddon or the Apocalypse logo which Armageddon actually used on the thing. So I thought I'd just show you that though, Lord knows why. And there's the one I was actually talking about though. I mean, this being the Chroma R. They're bringing out this Chroma, which is the 217, and the reason why it's called the 217 is because you can put a 21700 battery on the inside. So yeah, Captain Spicy, Canada. Oh yeah, mess. I was always so happy to have a contact in Canada, but now I lost my contact. He was my brother-in-law, but him and my sister-in-law, my wife's sister-in-law, they got divorced. So I don't feel comfortable asking him to organize, because I actually bought quite a few things in the past from Canada shops, and then I send him the link, he paid for it, they send it to him, and then he brings it over and I pay him for it. So you guys are lucky. And I also see some nice e-pipes still hanging around in Canada though, but it's, yeah, as I said, I don't have a contact there anymore. He needs a Samsung bucky. Now what he needs is a Toyota. That's what he needs, is the Toyota. I mean, I had a Toyota GLI twin cam when I started, and the thing leaked oil. twin cams. I think they always leak oil. But that engine never gave me any problems with it leaking oil. Never gave me problems. Lekker. And then we upgraded to another Toyota. And then we upgraded to a Toyota RAV. And that's when the taxi hit me for what, 34,000, 36,000 damage. And they actually wrote off the RAV. Because, I mean, I think the suspension was bent too much from this taxi hitting me. And basically what happened is the robot turned orange. And I'm one of those oaks which actually, remember the rules is that when it turns orange, it means you should actually start slowing down, not speeding up. And this taxi didn't think I was going to stop. And when I stopped, this oak comes full force, hits me in the back. Here I mean, luckily my back didn't get hurt. But then after that, I got myself a Toyota Auris, which is a wonderful car. Oh my word. And my wife got herself another little two-door Toyota RAV, one of the older little models. So no, and they haven't given us any issue. So I would go over. But that Inkdvapor or that Chroma 217, I think is a beautiful looking one. But there's also different other colors available. Look at the one at the bottom. They call it Riverwood, the one next to the black. And what I also like about it is, remember in this one, they actually, they actually had these little, almost looked like copper colored buttons. That they actually changed. That's not there anymore. So I like the look of this guy. I wouldn't mind getting one because it's a 21700, and I think it's going to be a super MTL mod as well. Because I mean, this guy is wonderful, easy to work with, beautiful looking lines, etc. Basically, they've kept the design fairly the same, except along the sides they have changed it a bit, but otherwise very much similar. But it's a 21700, so I like it. Yeah, Jurgens, if you look after it, yeah. But I mean, if you're going to run too much wattage to it and it gets below 50%, then you quickly lose the lifetime of those deep cycle batteries. So you must always try and keep it above 50% and then charge it full again. It must never actually go below it though. Warren Dean, R500. Here, hier by die man al. Hier gaat hulle, die ding is al lang al voorbij. 751, 800. Ek soek net die Pyro V2. I'm from Joburg, but live and work in London now. Yeah, Lord Hawkey told us, yeah, Delaray. Even me betaal for YouTube Premium met a smile. There you go, no ads. Let's quickly see what's still going on there. Ek koop goed vir my vrou waarvan sy nie hou nie, dat ek dit kan gebruik. Yeah, maybe I must buy my wife a nice mod for Christmas. Nice one, yeah. 10 seconds, okay, we got 8:30, 18 December, be there for the Johannesburg. 18 December, so I was correct over there. Yes, Arihanto, hier het Arihanto wragtig die ding gesteel alweer. Hier is 'n sniper, it's a sniper. That Chroma R, the Torin, Orgasmic, hier, kyk hoe gaat die man nou so. Keizer, add Nana for me please. What Nana? The 3 mg, 2 mg. The tank has been shipped and should be in South Africa soon. Yeah, Jurgens told me that earlier. Let's quickly go through the slideshow because I want to get Jurgens on there. And then we've got this. This thing is called tank. It's just a sub-ohm tank. It's actually weird. They bring out this sub-ohm tank. What's this thing called? Yeah, I can't even know. The Nicholas 2. Oh no, it's an MTL sub-ohm tank. Nicholas 2 MTL tank by Vapefly. So that's what that little guy looks like. A new one. And then we've got this. This is the Pandora V2 Mtl Rta by Vape. It's got a nice little dial along the side. Interesting way to actually adjust airflow coming from below the coil. So I'd show you that. The Pandora V2 Mtl Rta from Vape. And then I thought I'd just show you this. So I think it's very nice that Thunder Creations bringing out this little small Okie for single coils. And then if you've got dual coils, then you get the larger one. I think it's about 20 to 25 of these strips. And you can see the larger one has got actually shoelaces on both sides, so that you can push it through, cut it, and then push it through again. Or you can push it through, turn around, and then cut it on that side. But yeah, that's that. And then the last one is this. And I've got to say, I'm very happy because Steamcraft contacted me and said they're sending me this one. And I'm very... I like it. I almost said I like the Hadron light. It's because of that button at the top over there, and it's got a 25mm. It can house the Aromamizer Supreme V3 25mm. So yeah, it's got a nice reach there. So I think it would be a nice setup. So Arianto, you can check vir hierdie now that you're a official Steam Cree fan as well. You can check out that number. Okay, let's quickly invite Mr. Jurgens quickly over here. Let's send him an invite. Participants, there you go. You got more invite. Jurgens, invite. I must actually tell you a bit earlier, Jurgens has been invited. Okay, Jurgens, you must just let me know when you want to join, so I can ons kyk gou wat gaan nie aan. Okay, participants, there you go. I can't tested this a bit earlier with Jurgens, the setup of the Zoom, and Jurgens said, but you must send me an invite. I said, but I'm sending you invites. He says he's not getting anything. I said, yeah man, I keep on sending him, inviting, and later on I asked him, listen, are you sure you've got Zoom open and not Skype? I'm sitting there waiting for a Skype invite. Jurgens, ek het jou invite gestuur, ek gaan nou vir jou nog een stuur. Accept maar net wanneer jy hom kry. But yeah, that is that regarding the slides. Thursday evening and winger time. Woohoo! Yes, check hoe sê hy mannetjie. Thursday evening and winger time. There's Jurgens waiting in the room. I'm going to admit him, and let's just hope everything's hunky-dory. I will switch over as soon as the punky joins us. Oh, check him.
Hey, stop making fun of me.
Check hoe like hy beast.
Skype and Zoom looks the same.
Check hoe like hy beast. As hy Jurgens, baie welkom. For you folks in chat who do not know who this particular individual is, he is the owner of one of the probably, and I haven't told him that, but one of the fastest growing vape shops in South Africa. Jurgens, if you can just tell them, how long have you been open?
Opened officially on the 31st of August 2020.
Now see there, do you understand what I'm telling you? He has been putting in so much footprints that you should think that this oak has been open for at least 5-6 years. But he's such a young vendor, and I mean, I've got to take my hat off for you, Jurgens, vir die feit dat jy so baie bereik het in hierdie kort tydjie. Want the products which you bring in is always quality products, and you do cater for a wide variety of people, etc. So that's very nice. Ek like that, Choma.
Oh, thanks. Waardeer.
So vertel mense 'n bietjie, what got you into vaping? What did you do with the obviously after school? You must want to become a speed cop first, didn't you?
Yeah, but remember that was the mid-90s, and I wasn't very keen on police coffee.
And you passed grade 8.
Brandy and Coke. Hey, I passed grade 4 as well.
Ja, maar dis was die kwalifikasie die. Ek onthou dat iemand het so gespot daaroor. So in any case, yeah, so after school, what did you do?
After school, I started working for a pharmaceutical wholesaler as an operator, computer operator. Did that for a couple of years, jumped from one company to the next. Long story short, ended up in EPSA.
Okay.
And did IT support there.
Maar jy's nie meer in EPSA nie. Jy obviously nou 'n vape shop. So what happened? Did they fire you?
Well, short story, they retrenched me, let's put it nicely.
Dis hier
dat
jy die geld te stadig getel het of ietsie.
Ek kan tel is nie baie goeie maatjies nie. Because apparently one for you, one for me is not the right way to do it.
And then that was your first option which you thought of? Did you vape and then open the vape shop, or did you start vaping while you had this idea?
Started vaping about 4+ years ago. And at the end, before I left EPSA, I started thinking, if I need to do something different, I'm going to open a vape shop. Because I'm enjoying vaping. I was looking around and seeing what the guys were offering as good service.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, no, I can do this better. And then started making plans after I retrenched. And while COVID started, I opened everything, got the balls rolling.
Yeah, that's actually my next question, which I actually want to ask you. So your inspiration behind opening your own thing is the sucky-ass service of vendors which you experienced?
Look, there was a couple of shops the service was bad. There's a couple of shops their service is still great, and I just thought I can do this the way I want to do it. Great service, fast service, give the guys what they want.
Yeah.
Not everybody at that point in time was into buying a pot system. We've got these weird people in South Africa as well that want big mods. AKA, oh, like you, for example, with the, what is it called? The Hammer of Gods.
The beast. The beast.
That's it.
There you go.
Unfortunately, I did not set up mine because my batteries weren't charged. So I'm running a bunch of MTL devices tonight.
Oh my word. Yeah, I don't know if homegrown distribution is inside the chat, but he actually ordered the Jack Preacher and the Blimey and the Fruity, which he wanted to test. And I actually had to lower the ice for him though. And I gotta say, it's actually very nice with less ice in it. But it's one of my colleagues at school which loves the ice. The other thing which what I was always wanting to ask you, how do you manage to bring in something, because you're a smaller company, you bring in less, but you still offer it cheaper than some of these large vendors?
Okay, let me put it straight. Keep in mind, I'm one person running the shop. Other shops in South Africa, they've got brick and mortar stores, they've got staff to pay. I don't have that. So that's why I can offer some of my products cheaper. When it comes to ordering, well, I contact the companies, I say, hey, this is who I am, and I like to order X, Y, and Z. Would you give me a wholesale account? Some of them say yes, some of them says no. And when I'm in, I order what I need.
No, that's nice.
It's not rocket science.
So your next thing is which is in the pipeline for ordering is the MTL, the Elite, the one which I'm currently vaping over here, and what else?
Yeah, look, the Elite was shipped today. There's a couple of special orders coming in for some customers. And then the main thing coming in is the Pulse AIO from Vape.
And how many of them did you bring in? Because I think
There's about
40.
40 of them are coming in.
Yeah, now you're going to sell all of them. You're going to sell all of them. Especially if you put them to market first. Definitely.
You guys must also keep in mind, everybody thinks it's plastic is going to be cheap. The device is not going to be that cheap.
Well, it's probably not going to be more than 1.5.
Look, from some of the retailers from overseas, we get a recommended retail price, which they want us to sell the device at. So you're looking at about $100.
Okay.
US.
And I assume you also brought in some of the extra RBAs.
I'm bringing the RBAs there's on the order. There's those what do they call them? Fire button rings coming in. There's extra panels coming in. There's extra screws coming in because you get the screws in different colors. The only thing I'm not bringing in is the sub-ohm coils.
Yeah, no, obviously, no. I doubt anyone is going to be interested in using it for a sub-ohm setup. Yeah. But Nico's probably very excited because that gives him a lot of scope to do some customization on more buttons and more panels and stuff like that.
I'll have a chat to him as soon as he's done with his current order.
Yeah, he takes a bit long now, eh? I think he was a big mouth last time and opened a challenge to anyone that can send him stuff which he can make, and I think he didn't expect people to have the influx which he actually did.
I'm sure he's happy. It's good for him and it's money for him.
Yeah, but it's a hobby of him. So
wow,
the oak's not getting a lot of sleep.
I don't think it's actually a hobby anymore. It's now going to become a proper job for him.
Yeah.
Second job, let's call it that.
Lord Hawkey, I'm definitely going to take you up on that offer. There is for certainly something in the UK which I'm looking for, and it's definitely an e-pipe. So if you're serious that you're coming to visit early next year, I'm going to definitely contact you. And I'll definitely forward all the money before you actually order it. But yeah, that'd be super.
Let me know before you do that.
Do you also want one?
I also need another e-pipe.
Yeah. No, Lord Hawkey, please, yeah. No, give me. I'm gonna put my email in there again now in the chat. Just email me and I can send you what I'm interested in. But there's definitely something in the UK. And unfortunately, I tried to get. The problem with that is they don't ship to South Africa, the specific company though. So I'm so happy that you actually mentioned that. I'm vaping on the V3 now. My favorite says Fee. Yeah, the Steamcraft products are good, man. They're always good. There's no problem. Let's quickly see the Inkdvapor forever, says Arianto. Arianto's a big fan of you, but I think it's probably because you're spoiling him at the vape meets. You're talking to him, you see he's a loner and you feel sorry for him, you go over to him and make him feel part of the team, eh?
Yeah. Look, I took him to one side on Saturday, made sure he wasn't crying. He tanked and his mod and everything, and bolted for him, and now he was a happy kid after
No,
that.
he looks like somebody that's going to cry easier. That you push over very quickly. Yes, Shabir Yusuf says he didn't expect that majestic beard of yours. Yeah, so it's because I know exactly what you look like. We often think most people know what you look like, but they don't. So it's the first time a lot of these people get to actually see you there, so that's cool.
Well, second time I'm on the show, and I think some of the guys were here the last time.
Yeah. Kom ons kyk, wat is hier nog? Any questions for Jurgens? Jurgens shop has some really cool products. Now he does. Thanks for sharing the link, Paul. Anytime, Lyle. I'm just jumping right to the bottom though, so you actually can get to some questions now that you actually joined me. Anyone tried Nasty Juice? I've actually tried one of their things. I think it was the mango, which obviously was probably made Nasty Juice big in South Africa, was their mango. But you don't stock Nasty Juice. You don't stock a lot of international juices, huh?
No, I try to support the local guys.
Yeah. So yeah.
There's one or two international juices that I did stock, but to be weird, the market actually wants the local oaks, because a local oaks makes brilliant juices. Prices are good. What more do you want?
Yeah. No, I mean, the juices are very, very good. I mean, just take Herman as a voorbeeld over there. And I mean, as I said, those juices which I actually tested from Vapology, those are actually nice juices as well. So no, there's a lot of people that bring out good juices, very good juices in South Africa. Nasty is too sweet for me. Lord Hawkey says Delaray Stein. What says he nog? It depends on what you vape. Nico Libbe, just sleeping. Yes, I need a pandemic. Jurgens, thanks for the support. Herman Meyering says with a little unicorn tube to run. Ek weet waar is Jurgens se vorige e-pipe. Wat vir e-pipe? Jy het mos hy moerse ding gehad wat Zekkie gemaak het.
Ja, Delaray Stein het hom nou.
Ja, nee, ek het geweet hy's te groot. Hy is te groot, hy ding. Hy's massive.
That is an awesome piece of vape gear.
Nee, dit is beautiful gemaak, maar die ding is, dis is 'n paar koeiballas wat jy vashou, 'n bilse bal wat in jou hand is. So groot is daai.
Ek het nie, hy's groot, maar weet jy, ek het vir Delaray gesê hy moet of my terugstuur, ek soek hom terug.
Maar jy die geld om hom terug te gee. Want daai ding was duur.
Ek sal body parts verkoop om hom terug te kry.
I almost think the initial price for that e-pipe which Zekkie made was almost 9,000 Rand, if I'm not mistaken.
$8,800. I've got the original invoice.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, that was a lot, yeah. So I'm waiting to pass through so many hands that I can pick it up for 1.5. Omtrent. So Jurgens, you married, I assume? Kids?
No kids, never had kids. I've been, as I call her, my smaller half. We've been together now for 7, 8, 9 years. We're not married. We're very happy, and why do we need a piece of paper to say we're happy?
True that. Yeah, you can just get Nico make you one of these rings just for ornamental sake. Just to know that, to keep the other woman off you, put it that way.
That little redhead of mine will kick their asses.
Because with that beard of yours, they probably attack you when you walk in the street, ne?
Well, I have to wear a mask when I walk in the street, so nobody sees it.
Morne Philly says Jurgens het baie goeie diens en sy after-sale service is uitstekend. What set Jurgens apart from the rest is his willingness to do special orders and his customer service. There you go. Arihanto donates another 35 Rand just because he's very excited. Arihanto, I won't pick on you. I won't pick on you. Los my uit, sê hy. Paul Beetke, koei ballas. Koei het die ballas. I want an e-pipe that looks like koei ballas. Timothy Victor, Inkdvapor.co.za. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, is there anything which you want to ask me? Go ahead.
I actually need to order some of your juices, because I want to test it myself. Because if I hear one more oak say blimey, I'm going to bly him.
Gonna blind. Yeah, but remember, blind is not for everyone. It depends on your
Yeah.
flavor profile. I mean, I like things which are tangy. I love my lemons and my limes. That's where I want to go and settle. And I like them cold. I like them icy. So yeah, what I made for homegrown is I just now remember, one of the biggest ingredients of this is a one shot, which I added additional ingredients to get it to where it is. That's why I can't get this thing manufactured. Can I say at a laboratory or something like that, though.
Yes.
But that one shot, unfortunately, has got a certain amount of ice in it. So you can't make the ice less than what this currently is, but it's perfect. I love the thing. But no, anytime, sure thing. I've got no hassles.
We'll have a chat.
But,
I also want a little bit less ice.
well, by the way this donating actually goes on, I mean, if it continues like this for another few Thursday evenings, then I'll post this recipe inside the community for the members. Then you folks can make it as much as what you want. But it's so weird. I think I posted Mr. Nana's recipe in any case, but yeah, there you see, Arianto still wants Mr. Nana. Why do you want me to make it if you've got it? The folks don't want to go and order the ingredients for do it yourself. It's a lot of extra expense. But you never went in to do it yourself, because I never heard you mention.
I'm lazy when it comes to that. I'd rather buy it used and get it over and done with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm impatient as well. I don't want to wait 2, 3, 4 weeks for it used to be ready. I want to open the bottle now, vape it, and get it over and done with.
Jurgens, where do you see South Africa's vaping going?
The problem is, if the local health department keeps on listening to what the Americans are doing, I don't see our future for vaping being around for much longer. Hopefully, some bright spark, and I know Kurt from Vaping saved my life. We spoke to him over the weekend because he pitched up at the vape meet.
I saw the photo.
Which you guys must join on the 18th. And they've been speaking to a lot of the guys from the UK, which according to me is the right way to follow. So if we can stick to their guidelines, I do reckon that vaping in South Africa has got a very bright future ahead of it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think I've also got a bit of hope for South Africa. Absolutely. I mean, if I listen to Moritz as well, Moritz is also going to start delving into the whole new CBD, THC situation, and he's really actually far into, I don't know how much I'm allowed to say about this, but he's actually, so that's also going to be covered, that specific area, and he's also licensed already and all those kind of things. That's all in place. And there's, I think, definitely a market for that in any case, for those kind of things. If I see overseas how big it is, we shouldn't have a problem. I think it would go down well at this Johannesburg vape meet as well. It'd actually be nice to see those oaks.
You know what the weird thing is? Over the weekend, for the first time, I saw an ad for Nicorette. You know that the chappy thing you get to stop smoking?
Yeah.
I've never seen an ad for that. Now suddenly they're popping up.
Oh my goodness gracious. En check I dink there. Hier is Brent is ook in die chat. Bearded Vikings is here. Brent, good evening. Mahmoud Malek, the guy with the nicest name. I dig that name. Please click on the like. The Wet Gates, the Bearded Viking. Hello. Almal sê hello. Timothy Victor, Bearded Viking. Jurgens het my gesê ek moet een van hulle coils ook try. What's it, Charlie, you say? Charles, that makes it.
It's a Bearded Viking Brent. They're MTL coils.
Okay.
Because I've been using them in most of my MTL devices, and they are awesome.
I don't know if you guys still watch any overseas vape shows or vape reviews, but it's actually going down very quietly these days. I mean, I still follow Mike Vapes and Mark. Not Mark. Jeez, yeah, Mark and Esty.
Fagan.
Those, still, but they start talking a lot less about vaping and a lot more about other nonsense than what they actually do. I think America's getting hit very hard by all these bans and all these regulations. And I hope we don't get that on our side.
If you take it just with their shipping, down at UPS and FedEx out of some countries, and the only guys shipping, it's becoming an issue.
No, for sure. No, definitely.
Because I can give A perfect example, the price for shipping since DHL has gone out the market has almost doubled.
Listen, are you prepared to tell us what is your best seller ever and what is your worst seller ever as a vendor? Can I ask you that? Or don't you want to put any people on the spot?
Well, what do you mean by
Your piece of
devices,
hardware, a piece of
tanks?
hardware which you ordered, which you still have in stock. You ordered it 2 years ago, and you still have some of them.
Bandy Vape Thailand V2 Mini. That's an awesome single coil tank, just nobody wants to buy that.
I said, your worst seller,
I've
you
got
wouldn't
a
think so,
couple
eh?
left.
Because I mean, the Kylands
That's what I
were a
said.
well-known series. They actually did extremely well. You wouldn't think it. I wouldn't have thought of that.
I brought in quite a few of them, and it's taken me just over a year to sell most of them.
Yeah. Where I feel sorry for you
But it's
guys
the-
is if you bring in a lot of expensive stuff and they don't sell. It's fine if you bring in
Look-
RTAs of 300 or 400 rand and there's 3 or 4 of them in stock left. But if you see guys bringing in the X's or bringing in these Abysses or whatever and there's so many left, I feel sorry for those vendors.
Yeah, look, the problem with the Abyss, firstly, was that gap everybody was straightforward bitching about, which wasn't that bad. And then, unfortunately, a month or 3 down the line, the auto-scroll issue with the Abyss started creeping out.
Yeah.
There was quite a few. I've sold 2 that I had to replace because of that. But weirdly enough, I'm using 2 Abysses, and I've currently got 1 on my hand. And I've had it since the first day my stock arrived, and not a day's problem.
Yeah, no, I actually sold mine. I had the exact one than what you did, just with the customized rectangular buttons and things like that. And there was somebody after it, and they actually offered me a price, and I said, yeah, sure, because I mean, it is just standing over there, so might as well let it go. But otherwise, your Arbiter 2s, you haven't had any more issues with your blacks, the black ones.
No, I had Yaku Phillips actually bought 2 Arbiter 2s 2 days ago for me. So we opened the boxes. I actually opened the boxes before he got here, and they were smooth as butter.
My goodness.
But
Yeah.
weirdly enough, I had a stainless steel one do the same thing as the black ones where it got stuck.
Is it? Yeah, no, I'm
I took
happy
it
that
apart and
both mine, even though both of them are still working, the black one is still slightly harder to actually open than the stainless steel one though. But I mean, this one can open for sure.
yeah. I don't know what caused that.
Well, I
I've had it
mean,
in a couple of other tanks as well, but it's not as mainstream.
as you said, it can only be the paint job, because I mean that is what actually just changes the diameters a bit of the components. I can't think of anything else except the paint.
Yeah, but then you can say the exact same thing about the gunmetal one, and that's never had an issue so far.
True that, absolutely. Probably a higher
So maybe it's
quality
a
one.
batch they made that caused this.
Delaray says, where's the optimistic rating for I commenting? What's a commenting? Blimey is the bomb. It's a pallet cleanser. Blimey is cool bean. Bulballas, Queeballas, wat ook al. In any case, Jurgens delivered a good service to me. Thanks to Inkdvapor, says Tennis Mulder. Evening Doc M. Bearded Viking says, well now, that is a beard down there. He's got a moose beard in there. Let's actually ask him whether he looks after his beard. Jurgens looks like the type of guy who actually uses Manscaped as well. Do you? Die kom het nou.
That's Manscaped.
Nou, moet nie kom maak as jy weer nie weet nie. That's a grooming kit for guys' balls.
Okay, who's going to buy me one for Christmas?
So you're up for playing around with Manscaped. Have you never heard of Manscaped?
No idea what that is.
Yeah, no, it's a
Put it
whole,
to you
it's a
this
whole
way.
kit for trimming your pubic area and stuff like that, for neatening up the bush.
That sounds like too much work.
But I mean, what do you do to actually look after your beard? Do you use those special oils and those things?
I get into the shower, I'll wash it with my normal Gill soap that I use for my head. Get out the shower, comb it, sometimes blow dry it to get it all straight, sort it, that's it.
So there's no special oils, nothing.
I used it a couple of years ago when I started growing my beard.
No
And then I
VG,
got
no
lazy.
VG or PG, nothing.
No VG, no PG.
No.
Like I said earlier, I'm a lazy oak. I'll choose the easy way out.
But yeah, I assume you're in a very happy relationship, because if you're going to make your girl angry, I think the worst thing which you can do to you is cut your beard while you're sleeping. Jy sal dik die bliksem in wees vir haar.
Not this way. I've always joked, well, I've joked a couple of times, that I'm going to shave it off. And the last time I made that joke, I was told my bags will be outside the door waiting for me.
Sommer net so. Just
Straightforward, sy vat nie kak nie.
yeah, Lyle Hendrik says his black arbiter did that. Yeah, my first black arbiter also did that. But Jurgens sorted that out very quickly because that's a typical how he is, man. Paul Beerka says he's a bus is dead. his bus is dead. Paul says the V2 Mini is excellent, but you must wick it right. Well, I mean, after the Arbiter and the Torrent Beast, I don't think there's anything left to test anymore on this planet. I think I've reached euphoria. Ag asseblief, nou hierso nou, want ek kom hier met die lethal.
You must try, it's not bad.
Is it? Is the airflow lekker?
But
is anybody else inside the chat tested the lethal?
This is one of my favorite tanks.
What is I?
Airflow smooth. This is the Violator
Okay.
on the Hyperion. I love this tank.
I actually watched one of, what's that oak? Jay Hayes doesn't like him at all. The oak with the red face that enjoys playing golf. Always looks as if he's got some other ambitions, Vaping, eh?
Oh yes. Or is it like Mr. Just Right 1 or something?
Yeah, no, that's the other monkey nut. But if you can watch one of Ambition's Vapor's latest videos, he actually did a comparison between his top 3 RTAs. And one of them was the Arbiter 2. But there was one which I haven't seen anybody bring it in South Africa, which he reckons is the best RTA. He voted it as the best RTA while testing the 3. But it's a
What
nice...
RTA is that?
Zeg weer?
What RTA is that?
Yeah, but that's what I can't remember. I was wondering if any of you guys have actually seen the video. I just can't remember.
To be honest, I've stopped watching vape reviews.
It's almost like Valhalla, and but not the Valhalla, man. But I mag nou plaat dit my. Ambitions Vapor. Kyk, kom ons kyk gou daarso. Ons check it nou sort ons hierdie ding uit. These are top 3 RTAs. It's the I think it's the Valkyrie. It's probably spelled wrong over there. The Valkyrie RTA. Yeah, the Arbiter versus the Fat Rabbit RTA versus the Valkyrie.
Now, Valkyrie is the new one from Vapor's Cloud.
Yeah, I would love to test it. If he reckons it's better than the Arbiter 2, I want to test that thing.
Okay, let's check if we can get our hands on a couple of them.
Definitely, he's a member hier in die gang. Paul Jansen van Vieren. Paul, welcome as a Winged Primary member. See that it helps to have you guys on in Zoom. And thank you very much for all the questions. And I'm sarcastic, there was no questions posted from you guys from Jurgens. Is Jurgens that much of an open book? That you guys all... Yeah, but it's the thing is, it's the vape meets. You must go to all the vape meets and there they get to know you. So there's nothing more that they want to ask you, which they don't know.
If also keep in mind, I've got a Telegram group for Inkdvapor, and most of the guys joining on your chats on a Thursday night is in that Telegram group. So they all know me.
Yeah, nee, ek dink so, yeah. And what group is this, by the way, what you're talking about? It's a WhatsApp group.
It's a Telegram group. I don't like WhatsApp.
Okay. Now quickly, the last thing which I'm going to ask you though, because I don't want to bother you too much, your vaping style. Has it always remained the same? What is your favorite setups at the moment though? Or do you have a lot of setups? What's your favorite cotton which you enjoy using there? Take us through your voluptuous choices.
Yeah, that's actually a weird thing. It changes day to day. I enjoy my MTL. I have currently got 1, 2, 3, 4 MTL setups sitting next to me. I love my Violator. I'm currently using a dripper because I enjoy the drippers as well. The only thing I'm not a massive fan on when it comes to vaping is salt nick juices.
But it is.
But I enjoy MTL, I'm on RDL.
But it is. I mean, these guys with the salt nicks in it, which they sent me, it wants to make you cough. I know this is 50, but I mean, even if I test 35, it's as if it's not as smooth as what Freebase is. Hierdie is
The
sterk
thing that
balans
worries me
hierdie.
about, the thing that worries me about the higher, I'm talking 40 and 50 salt nicks milligrams. As that's what the kids are after, for that buzz. Look, there's a place for it in the vaping world, but just not for me.
But listen, I was very surprised the other day because we've got a security guy, a head of security at our school, and somebody said I was going to have a look at the amount of vape products which he has actually confiscated from kids. And I went to him though, and he opened the bag. It is a whole bag full of stuff. But there's probably one thing which I could recognize in that bag, and that was, I think, a smock Nord or something like that. All the rest were these cheap type of pot things which you probably get at these Pakistani tobacconists.
Yes.
But it's because it's so cheap for these kids to just go and buy those disposable stuff. And I can understand what the big hoo-ah was behind these slim little things for the kids, why the whole ban was initiated and stuff like that though. Because I mean, you're not going to get these vendors to not sell to these kids, and which is sad, which is a pity, because they are messing it up for every one of us.
A proper vape shop will not sell to any under 18.
No, I agree with you.
I strongly believe that. The problem, and then you get your Pakistani shops, as you call them, they'll sell anything to anybody. And unfortunately, that's the thing that gives us in the vaping community a bad name. Because a lot of, parents, when they find kids with vape gear, the kid's not going to tell the truth where he bought it from. And some oak at a vape shop is going to get the flack for it.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things. In any case, De La Rey says, what do we need to know about Jurgens? He's a legend, so that's why they don't have questions for you there. Timothy says, German Club 8 Plantation, he's advertising his 18 December gig again. So yeah, next week on Thursday, I see Rob Fisher's in the chat. Hi Rob, welcome. Rob just decides to gooi 'n oogie before he goes to go and sleep. The Valkyrie, I would definitely want to test the Valkyrie for sure. Paul Jansen van Vieren, very much welcome. Kelvin van der Merwe is inside the house as well. He's here. Next weekend, Thursday, we are going to have Mr. Vapor Mountain. We're going to have Benji Wright. Benji Wright's going to be on the Zoom session. So now, Oaks, you are going to have somebody that not only was in do-it-yourself, not only has been a vendor, but also transitioned to opening 2 laboratories, which has got ISO certifications, which is totally legit for producing juices. Get your bloody questions ready for Benji and ask him stuff, even if it's, I think the amount of juice which Rob bought from Benji actually financed one of his laboratories, that XXX. Maar ek dink so, ek is nie seker nie. But in any case, so get your questions ready for that. Jurgens, if there's not anything you want to actually tell the members anymore, or the people inside chat, not only the members, we had a very successful evening regarding live chats, a lot of donations over there. I dig it, it's awesome stuff. My wife is going to be very happy. She's going to make me some snackwich now, just because it went well over here. But yeah, I think you're muted.
No, I'm not muted.
Oh nee, you're not muted. O, jy sit net 'n bietjie ver terug. Maar Jurgens, ja, baie dankie dat jy gejoin het vanaand. Ek waardeer dit sommer.
Ek waardeer baie dankie. And guys, on the 18th for the vape meet coming in December, it's a vape meet and it's Timothy Victor's birthday. So please join us.
There's more free biltong.
So we can chuck him into the pool on his birthday just for the fun of it.
Just for the fun of it. And guys, please go and check out the Black Friday specials which Jurgens and them is running, and Rebel Revolution in Uppington, if in that vicinity, because they're running different stuff. I had to go and look at that. Flavor Mill is also running a lot of specials there. I ordered some juice from Flavor Mill. Not Flavor Mill, Flavor World. So yeah, go and support these oaks. Don't be like that now, like you supported me. Arihanto, you obviously can get in contact with me via Messenger, because you must do not believe in WhatsApp. Lord knows why. So I'm not going to waste any more of your time, Jurgens. It's been solid talking to you, and we'll definitely invite you back on the show again.
Thank you very much. See you next time.
And then we want to see some color in that beard, a bit of greens and maybe a bit of yellows coming through, ne?
The greens are only going to happen on St. Paddy's Day next year.
Okay, lekker aan verder, sommer.
Ja, baie dankie man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
There you go. There you go.
It is
Thursday evening and winger time. Woohoo! Aze. Okay, guys, thank you very much for joining in. We do appreciate it. And as I said, remember Benji next weekend Thursday. I just want to see if there's anything which I need to catch up over here. It's 10 past. But normally these shows aren't going to last. It's not going to be an hour. It's always going to be a bit longer than an hour. So I hope you guys realize that, because we have got auction running, slideshow running. I talk a lot of nonsense, and we've got a Zoom session with somebody. Any requests as well after Benji for the following Thursday to be up over there? That will be lekker. But yeah, guys, have a super weekend, and thank you very much for the support inside chat though. Looking forward to that tune. And Timothy Victor, you oaks. But we'll chat in again next Thursday. It's before the 18th of December. Have a great weekend, guys. Cheers, hoor. Check the outro before you go. Let's see if it actually works. Lekker aand verder. Mooi bly hoor.